My name is John Kennedy and I'm an air crewman from the AFLOAT Action Rescue Helicopter Service. I also fulfil the role of the base manager here in Bundaberg. We had that information coming through that we knew that was going to be an event, and we'd been out to some of those outlying areas because some of the outlying areas were inaccessible. We actually moved our spare aircraft from Maroochydore through to Bundaberg. We brought in extra crews and had 3 operational aircraft here supporting the greater Bundaberg and North Burnett area. This aircraft here is a BK117. It performs the role for the job we do. It's able to take 2 stretcher patients. It's fitted with a winch on the side of it, on the right hand side. That's able to lift 2 people or 270 kilos on the hook. We're able to load a stretcher through the back of the aircraft.
My name is Gary Craig. I'm one of 4 aircrew officers with the AGL Rescue Helicopter. Normally when we go for an emergency task, we go with a crew of 3. That's the pilot, the aircrew officer and the intensive care paramedic. Even though Bundaberg has areas that are known to go underwater, this was far greater. It was far more widespread around the Bundaberg area. So areas that I'd never seen covered by water were suddenly underwater. Winching inherently is a dangerous activity, and it's a last resort activity. If there's other options where the aircraft and crew are not put at risk, we'll do those other options.
My name is Kevin Charteris. I'm an intensive care flight paramedic employed with the Queensland Ambulance Service. I'm trained as a winch paramedic, so I can be winched in to rescue people in very isolated places. A special rescue, I guess, was down towards Gympie. We went to a lovely family down there and we rescued them off the roof of their house in the basket. Evacuations from Agnes Waters and Baffle Creek areas due to the people being bitten by snakes. Thankfully a lot of those people knew good first aid and called early for the emergency services to come and assist.
My name is Peter Maris and I'm pilot at the Bundaberg base for the AGL Action Rescue Helicopter. It was an extremely high workload time, so the aircraft did not sit around doing nothing for pretty much any part of those whole 4 days that I was on shift over that Christmas New Year period. A lot of the work we were doing was based on the fact that it was a medical response to people who needed medical treatment, but the Queensland Ambulance Service could not get to them by road. They were ill or sick or were having cardiac episodes, or even people that were on medications. It doesn't take much of a change in wind or the initial phone call to tell you where you're going to be a little bit out, and you only have to go an extra 5 or 6 miles away from your fuel supply, and by the time you have to come back as well, that's can make a 4 or 5 minute difference in your flight time. And as you can imagine, helicopter fuel burn rates are really quite high. The rescue of the couple at Ferrymead on the banks of the Burnett River. I can't stop thinking about how stressful it must have been for those people during the night, seeing the floodwaters rising so fast and coming into their house. There was this beautiful horse in the paddock and he had nowhere to go and he was sort of up to his chest in water. He just stood there and waited for the water to go down, and eventually when they could get back there, he was great. But it was very distressing to just see the poor horse in the floodwater, knowing there was nothing you could do about it.